Today we're going to talk about the supply chain management crisis for St. Patrick's Day. Are you ready?
Watch this video to learn the global supply chain issues affecting your St. Patrick's Day celebration, especially the green beer situation. We're going to talk about the St. Patty's supply chain situation considering the global supply chain crisis, then give you 6 steps you can use for St. Patrick's Day celebration. To illustrate St. Patrick's supply chain, we're going to use one of my favorite celebration beverages, beer. Yep, that's right, green beer. When analyzing supply chain issues, we want to look at 2 things: drivers of supply chain performance and factors that affect the supply chain. We have 3 drivers and 4 factors. Supply chain drivers are customer, uncertainty, and information. Factors affecting the supply chain are information technology, inventory, facilities, and transportation. Let's begin with issues driving your St. Patty's Day supply chain. You're the customer, the #1 driver. So your perception of the supply chain affects everything. If you think there's plenty of supply, then you won't panic buy for St. Patty's. But if you think there might be a shortage, you might panic buy and hoard stuff. Either scenario will affect your actions for this celebration. Now, your perception is caused by uncertainty, the #2 driver. The uncertainty you feel is caused by information, the #3 driver. The information you find and the quality of that information. First thing you need is information. Then you will gain certainty or uncertainty and take action. But what information do you need? That's where the 4 factors come into the picture. They are information technology, inventory, facilities, and transportation. We're going to discuss these, so you better know how to use these different factors to make your decisions about St. Patrick's Day supply chain. Since information is what you need, let's talk about information technology first. IT allows us to see the supply chain. What we see in the supply chain will determine our actions. If we see plenty of inventory, we get what we need at the market price. If we don't see plenty of inventory, then we get nervous and start buying for a rainy day or maybe pay above market prices. Every level throughout the supply chain is making these decisions. All levels: customers, retailers, distributors, and brewers. Each decision maker will take action based on what they can see. What can occur is a concept called the bullwhip effect, where inventory is unpredictable and overages and shortages exist throughout the supply chain. Fortunately, IT allows us to see throughout the supply chain, so inventory can be moved wherever it's needed. So what should you do? As a customer, tap into your information sources to get a read on the inventory. Go look and ask. Don't always trust what you see on the internet. Check the shelves and ask the grocer. You can experience this bullwhip effect when you play a game well known in the supply chain circles called the beer game. Learn more about the beer game in the description. Next is inventory. What's available? Quantity and prices. The best way to measure available beer inventory is the Beer Purchasers Index, or BPI, which gives us an indicator of purchasing activity. BPI above 50 means expansion or increasing inventory. BPI below 50 means contraction or less inventory. So as consumers, we want to see a BPI above 50, which means increasing inventory or plenty of beer. The current BPI is 64, so inventory is building, which is a good thing. However, other factors are driving prices up. Increased material costs, increased transportation costs, and increased energy costs are all driving the cost of beer higher. Check out the link in the description to learn more about the BPI. The third factor affecting the supply chain for St. Patrick's Day is facilities. Facilities is where inventory is stored. So we want to know where the location of inventory is to plan for speed of access and cost of transportation, which we're going to talk about next. Where do we want to look? Our first stop is the local stores to check out the shelves. Next, check out your local pub and ask, are they ready for St. Patrick's Day? You're basically checking to see if they have stuff you want for a celebration. That way you know where to go for corned beef, cabbage, and of course, green beer. In regards to beer, there are 8 top distributors in the United States with locations all over. So with plenty of beer available, these guys most likely have inventory near where you want to be for St. Patrick's Day. For more information about distributors, check out the description. So the last factor is transportation, or moving stuff, or logistics. This will affect most of us for 2 reasons. 1, how do you get to your celebration, considering gas prices, and 2, the cost of our beer or transportation costs. Let's start with 1, because that's the most important, how we're going to get to our St. Patrick's Day celebration. Gas prices are up, so your costs to get somewhere are higher than normal. You need to plan accordingly. Walk, bike, bus, use a train, carpool, or Uber. But whatever you do, don't drink and drive. Now 2, transportation costs have been going up due to the global supply chain issues, and recent gas prices are further driving up costs. So this means the cost of your beer is higher than normal. According to Don Vanderbrink, the CEO of Heineken, the prices of aluminum has increased by 50%, which is 60% of the cost of beer itself. So consider how this may affect your beer costs. We've talked about what's affecting the supply chain. Now let's get down to how to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Here's a plan. While you're shopping for your food for the week, note the beer section. See if there's plenty of beer or not, and then make sure you buy some beer for the celebration, just in case. Next, identify the best pub for the party. Check out online, call a few places to make sure they have enough inventory, and ask about prices and specials, like what time is happy hour. Next, find your swag, all the things you want to wear for St. Patrick's Day. You want to make sure you wear something green. A green hat, some glasses, a green tie, a green shirt, a pennant, who knows? Everything needs to be green. Check your closet first for any old stuff that you already have so you don't have to go out and try and get stuff. But if you need to, check it out online on Amazon and make sure you order soon so you have what you need for St. Patrick's. Next, use Uber to get where you need to go with a few friends so you can split the cost. Enjoy the evening and then Uber home. Whatever you do, don't drink and drive. For a short history about St. Patrick's Day, make sure you check out the description where we have links to help explain what St. Patrick's Day is and why it's being celebrated.